Hello everybody, my name is Kobe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is KaiTech Digital. Now in this video we are going to talk about a registration page or a dynamic registration page with paginations. So let me take you straight to what we are going to create. So this is the registration page. Let me show you the registration page so that you know. So this is the registration page that we're going to create. So as you can see over here, it have paginations over here. Okay, it means that it moves from one page to another, then to the last one, okay, which is the upload files over there. Okay, and then it is dynamic in such a way that as you go on, whatever the user chooses will bring a different data for the person to also fill. Okay, so for instance, this registration that we're going to create is just for a school registration form. Okay, now the person can be able to register on the website, fill in the personal details, fill in the course details that the person wants to register or make inquiry for. Now if the person wants to make an inquiry, then there will be no need for upload of files over here. It will move straight to an inquiry form for the person to fill and then enter the whatever thing that inquiry that the person wants to make over there. Okay, but if the person wants to wants to apply for the school, then the person will have to upload files, and then it will lead the person to a page where the person will have to pay registration fee, and that is exactly what we are going to create. So let me just take you through. So let's say I'm new, okay, and I want to register on the website. So let's say I'm going to enter some username over here. So let's say test. Okay, so test, and then the email that I'm going to use is this email. Okay, and then I'll put in a password over there. Okay, so then I go to next. Then I have to fill this page. Okay, so my full name will have to be there. So let's say test, and then my telephone number, which is also compulsory. So I'm just going to type in anything, and then the address. Okay, so I'm going to say Accra, and then the the province or the state, that is the region. So I'm going to say Greater Accra. Okay, and then the country is Ghana, and then the date of birth. So these are all personal details. Okay, so I choose any date that I want to choose. So let's say 1953, and then 7th January 1953, and then after that I'll move on to next. Now over here, as you see, school inquiry or school application, so you choose one. So let's say I just want to make school inquiry. So I'll select the school inquiry, and then department. What department do you want to make the inquiry? So School of Business, and then courses. What courses do you want to make the inquiry? And then I'll choose accounting, and then the start date. When do you want to start? So let's say I want to start on December or September of this year. Okay, so let's say 1st September, and then I'll click on next. Now as you can see over here, I'm not supposed to upload any file. I'm just supposed to type in the inquiry details that I want. So I want to know if I qualify for this school. Okay, and then I'll click on register. So as you can see, they are submitting it. So it says form entry saved. Okay, so it has been submitted successfully. Okay, now I have received a message on my you receive two messages. One is account activated, and then the other one is also your details that you filled over there. Okay, so as you can see, I have received a message over here. Okay, that is the message over there. Now if you go into the message, you see it over here. Okay, all the details of the person who registered on my website. So that is it over here. Okay, now let me close this one. Okay, so I just want to close. Okay, so now this is how, if I choose inquiry, it's what happens. I don't have to fill anything. I just need to type in my my inquiry, or the inquiry that I want to make, and then it will give me a success message. Now another one is what if I don't choose inquiry? So let's say another person registered. Okay, so let me choose another person over here. Okay, so let's say another person also registered on the website. So let's say the person is Kobe. Okay, Kobe also registered, and then Kobe's email address is, let's say, ghflames@gmail.com. Okay, and then the password is also also there, and then the person type, and then the person goes to next. Okay, so Kobe also types in the full name. Okay, so let's say Kobe Kwabena. Okay, and then the telephone number also goes over there, and then the address is also Accra. So let me say Accra. Okay, and then the province is also Greater Accra. Okay, now Kobe select the country, which is Ghana, and then chooses the date of birth. So let's say Kobe's date of birth is 2012 18th July. Okay, and then Kobe proceed to the next, which is the course details. Now over here, as you can see, the first one we chose inquiry, right? Now the next one is I'm going to choose school application. Okay, and then what school am I do I want to apply? So I want to apply to, let's say, the School of Business again, and then the same course, accounting, and then I'll come to start date. I want to start in let's say 2023, and then I want to start in let's say February. Okay, so February 2023, and then I'll go for 1st February. Okay, so it's just something I'm doing. Okay, and then I'll go to next. Now as you can see, because I chose inquiry, it says I chose school application, it says I should do I should upload my certificate, right? So I can go ahead and choose whatever certificate that I want to upload. So let me just choose some photos over here, or some details over here, and then upload. So let's say I want to upload this one over here. That's my certificate. Okay, now you can upload as many certificates as you want. Okay, so this is high school certificate. Okay, so I can upload, and then I'll choose this one. This one says government issued ID card or whatever it is. Okay, so you upload it. So as you can see, it said upload front and back of your government issued ID card. Okay, so if you have a government issued ID card, you upload the front and back. And then this one says upload passport. Okay, so I'm going to choose and upload my passport. So I'm still going to choose this one. Okay, very good. Now that I've uploaded everything, now I can go ahead and click on register. Okay, now just take a look at where it will lead me to. Okay, so I have registered, finished registering, but see, it says I should do pay admission fee. Okay, so fill the form to pay your admission fee. So I have to fill this form. Okay, so the admission fee is 500. So I just fill the form, copy. So the I've gotten an email, which is the admin. I've gotten an email that somebody have registered. Okay, so Kobe Kwabena, and then you enter your email address, and then the admission fee, you cannot do anything about it because it's is intact. Okay, and then your phone number, which is not required, but if you want to enter your phone number, you can you can enter your phone number over there, and then you click on pay. Now when you click on pay, this form open for you to pay your admission fee. So as you can see, this is a test thing, so I'm just going to say pay. and then after I finish paying, let's see what happens. Okay, so thank you for paying, and then it says, well, thank you for your interest in our school. It give us what this page over here. Very, very convenient and very nice. Okay, so this is the kind of what this is the kind of thing that we're gonna create today. Okay, just this registration page over here. Now a registration page with a pagination, and then also dynamic. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So if you are interested in this video, you can stick around, and then we do it together. I'll show you how I did this video together. Now if you are new over here, I'll entreat you to like, and then subscribe to the channel. Now on this channel, all what we do is we give you some tips and tricks about how to create your own website, okay, from the scratch. So this is for beginners only, those who want to learn WordPress. Okay, so that is all what we do, everything WordPress over here. So let's jump into the video straight away. Now, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel for me. Don't just watch and go. Okay, it also helps me a lot. Okay, so that I can be able to create more content day in and day out. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel for me, and then hit the notification bell so that anytime I upload a video, you get notification about it. So let's jump into the video. Okay guys, so this is the back end of my website. Okay, so make sure that you log into your back end of the website, and then from the back end, let's go to the plugins that we are going to use to be able to get this thing done. Okay, so we're going to use a plugin called Forminator. Okay, so let's go to installed plugins, and I'll show you the plugin that I used to get this form dynamic form done. Okay, so hold on and let's go over there. Okay guys, so I have a lot of plugins over here, but the one that we're going to use is what we call where is it? Yeah, this one over here, Forminator. Okay, Forminator. Now this is used to create forms. Okay, so I like this plugin because it have a lot of functions, and then a lot of free things that you can use. Okay, so Forminator is what we are going to use to create our form. Okay, so make sure that you have this installed. So to install this one, just go to add new. Okay, you can hover on over here, and then you see add new over here, and then on the plugins page, search for Forminator. Okay, search for Forminator, and then you see this one over here. Okay, this Forminator contact form, payment form, and then custom form builder. Okay, make sure that you click install now, and then you click on activate to activate it. Okay, so now that we have this one activated, all what we need to do is to locate where the Forminator is. Now the Forminator will be located over here. Okay, now again, make sure that you also have how do you call it, you also have Elementor installed, because after we create the form, we're going to use Elementor to create the page that we will use, we'll paste the shortcode over there. Okay, so make sure that you install Elementor. Now for those of you who don't know Elementor is a page builder. Okay, it's just used for building website pages. Okay, it's simple to use, easy to use, because it is just drag and drop, no coding or whatsoever. So just Elementor. Okay, so these are the two plugins that we're going to use. All other things that I use are just pages that you build on your own. So to be able to also achieve it, now the next one is make sure that you have all the pages that you want to redirect to. Okay, so for instance, I have the admission fee page, okay, built, and then I have the thank you page also done. Okay, so make sure that you have your thank you page, you have your admission fee or whatever fee that you're going to have. So these pages are already created. Okay, so I'll use these links to link it, and then this is the registration page that would I'll paste the code or the short code of the form over there. Okay, so make sure that you build all these three pages so that it can be redirected to the pages that you want. So now let's go to the Forminator. Now scroll down. Okay, you see Forminator at the down side or the left side or the menu side, the down over here. Okay, now on the on the menus of the Forminator, you see a lot of things over here. Okay, now we're going to go to forms. So go to forms. Okay, now of course if you haven't created any form, you not see any form over here. Okay, it will tell you to create a form. Okay, so for me, I have created one form, that is the registration user registration that I use. So I'm going to create I'm going to delete this one. Okay, so let me just delete this one. I'll click over here to delete it. Okay, I'm going to delete this one, and then we'll create. So if you haven't done anything, this is how it looks like. Okay, it will tell you to create your own form. Okay, so basically this is what I'm going to use. So just click on create over here. Now there are some few things to get you started. Okay, so we have the blank form, we have the contact as, the quote, request code, the newsletter sign up, and then registration, and then login. Okay, and or you can even decide to create a post. Okay, now what I'm going to use is registration. So I'll click on registration over here, and then I'll click on continue. So what name do I want to use for the registration page? So I just want to say registration form. Okay, and then I'll click on create. So the registration form comes with a pre-built form for you. Okay, so this is the three things which it is already done for you. Okay, so the username, the email, and then the password. Okay, that is the registration side. So every registration side have username, email, and then password that you have to choose. But for us, we want to build more. Okay, we want to build more. So what we have to do is and then we want it to be in steps or in pages. Okay, so what we are going to do is we click on insert field over here, and then we'll insert a page break. Okay, so I'm going to click on page break over here. Okay, and then I'll insert it. So this is my first page break. Okay, and then the next field that I'm going to talk about is personal details. Okay, so what are the personal details that I need? So I will need a name. Okay, I will also need date of birth. Okay, so I'm going to need date of birth. Now you can, so I'm going to choose a date picker over here. Okay, and then what again do I need? So maybe I will also need let me see. So the personal details, the name, date of birth. So maybe let's say place of birth. Okay, so I'm going to choose this one. Okay, and then what again? And then maybe telephone number. Okay, so with the telephone number, I'll just duplicate some things over here. So the name, the date. Okay, so you can you can go into the details over here, or just click over here to see the details over here. So name, example John, whatever it is, you can enter over here. So let's say enter description, enter full name. Okay, and then I'll click on apply, and then over here the date. Okay, so with the date also I can decide to choose say date of birth. Okay, so your date of birth. So choose date. Okay, whatever it is that you want to the placeholder that you want to enter, and then the description. Okay, you also enter over there. You can go into the settings over here and then see all the default date that you want to give it. Okay, so the limit that you want, start date, and then end date. Okay, so because it is it is a school, you have a category of people that you want them to apply. Okay, so you can you can decide to give it a limit. So let's say the age, the start date age could be let's say specific date. Okay, So I'm going to pick a date from, let's say I'm going to say 19. Let me go back, or even with the start date. Sorry, even with the start date, I'm not going to pick a start date, so I'll say no limit for the start date, but the end date I'll pick a specific date. Okay, with the end date I'm gonna pick let's say 2000. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to 2000. I don't know why I cannot select the date from here, because I thought I could select. So I'm just going to go back. Okay, pardon me if it is wasting time, don't worry, you can forward it. Okay, so let's say I'm going to give it to a 2010. Okay, okay, so 1st January 2010. Okay, so that is it, and then everything will be okay, and then I'll click on what, apply. So the date of birth is what, apply. Now this one, okay, so this is name, date of birth. Okay, so you can even say maybe, place of birth. Okay, so you apply, and then also I'm going to insert address. Okay, so I'm going to look for address. So this is what, address over here. Okay, so I'm just going to what, insert address. Now with the address, I just want to show what, address. I don't want any apartment, the city, the state. I don't want to post, and then just address, city, state, and then country. Okay, and then I'll apply. So the next one that I'm going to do is I'm going to take another page break over here. So select another page break, and then the next one will be what, the course details. Okay, so I'm going to select the radial button, okay, over here, and then the radial button, and then also the input text button, okay, over here. So over here I'm going to choose this one, and then with this one I'm going to with this one I'm going to say inquiry. Oh, not inquiry. So let's say application. So I'm going to say school application or inquiry. Okay, and then you can give a description to it. So if it is so let's say this one is what, school application. Okay, and then option 2 is what, inquiry. Okay, very good. So now that I have this one done, now you can go to settings. Okay, and then check your what, settings. You can go to calculate, you can go to style, and then you can go to what, visibility. Okay, so this is where the dynamic thing comes in, but we come back later on. Okay, so like I said, this is where the dynamic comes in. Okay, but we'll come back later on with the dynamic thing. But let's go to settings over here. We want to make it what, required. Okay, so it should be what, required. So this field is what, required. Okay, so this field is what, is required. Okay, so we can go and then what, we can apply it. Okay, so I did not check the required thing, but you can go ahead and then you go to, and then you go to settings, and then you go to what, required. Name is required. Okay, the same thing applies to this one. You can go to here and then say required. Okay, so you can say this field is what, required. Okay, just make it like that, and then go to apply. Date of birth, the same thing, we want it to be what, required. Okay, so make sure that you check, or you click on what, required. Okay, and then apply, and then with the address to, the same thing. Okay, we want to make it required. Okay, so that is it, and then we come to the school. Now the next one is the this one is, okay, so this one, I don't know why I chose this one, but after inquiry, what we're going to do is what, I'm going to let me just hold on to this text over here, maybe I'll use it later on. But after inquiry, let me just pick another radial thing. After inquiry, what else? So after inquiry, then if the person chose whether inquiry or not, or application, school application, then we have to also give the course details. Okay, so so let's say courses, or let me come to department first. Okay, so let's say department. Okay, so which department do you want to make an inquiry or apply to? Okay, so select one, department. Okay, so if you can use if you don't want to use the radio, you can use the radio, you can use the check box. Okay, so with the check box, they can select more than one. Okay, but I prefer the radial. Okay, so the radio, sorry, the radio. So with the option over here, option 1 is going to be, let's say, School of Business. Option 2 will be, let's say, Medicine, School of Medicine. Okay, and then let's say option 3 will be School of let's say School of Engineering. Okay, and then option option 4 will be let's say any kind of department. So a Greek department. Okay, so let's just use this this thing, and then we go over here, then we can make it required or not required. Okay, so we can give a warning message over there. We can give a warning message over there. Okay, so that is it, and then we click on apply over here. Okay, so now that we have our department done, okay, so I'm just position the department under the inquiry over here, and then the next one is our courses. Okay, so I'm still going to choose the radial over here, or you can decide which way, other way. If you want them to pick 2 or more courses, you can decide to choose the checkbox. Okay, or even the select, but I'm going to choose the radial, because I want them to choose only one. Okay, so I'll click over here, and then I say courses or subject or whatever it is. Okay, so I'll say choose a course. Okay, and then with the option 1, I'll say accounting, maybe marketing, and then the next option. Okay, so the next option I'm gonna say maybe. Okay, so the next option I'm gonna say maybe let's say medicine, maybe nursing, electrical engineering, what again, a Greek management. Okay, so let me just leave it as it is. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6 courses. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this place and then say required. Okay, so I'll still say please check it. Okay, and then I'll give it to apply. So I have the courses over here. Okay, so now that I have my courses set, so let's say school inquiry, blah 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 blah, courses and all those things. Okay, fine. So I'm going to bring another page break to over here, and I'll click on insert field over here. Okay, now if I leave some, do not worry, it's just I'm using my mind to create this pagination thing or form thing, so don't worry. Now the last part that I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a text area over here. Okay, now with the text area, I'm going to insert this one and then write inquiry. Okay, and then with this placeholder, I'll just say let's say enter your inquiry or your message here. Okay, and then I'm not going to make it required, because somebody can decide to choose this one or not, and I'll click on apply. Okay, so this is the inquiry. Now the next one is I'm going to click on form upload. Okay, so I'm going to file upload. Okay, so I'm going to check this one, and then I'm going to come here, and then it will open for me. Now I want a multiple file, okay, and then I'll say upload your high school certificate here. Okay, the reason why I chose multiple is that maybe somebody have 2 or 3 high school certificates, so the person can upload it over here. Okay, or let me just say upload your certificates here. Okay, not specifically high school. Maybe the person have gone through high school and even have a diploma in different thing else, but still want to get a degree. So upload your certificates over here, and then I'll click on apply, and then I'll duplicate this one also. I'm going to so click on this range icon over here, settings icon over here, and then click on duplicate. Now I'm going to click on it and then go inside, and then we'll change some few things. Okay, so upload your this one is so with this one I'm also going to say upload your what files again. So upload your let's say your government issued ID card. Okay, government issued ID card. Okay, so make sure you upload the government issued ID card, front and back. Okay, front and back, and then I also make it multiple because front and back is 2, and then I'll apply. And then the next one I'm going to also duplicate this one again, and then passport. Okay, so maybe the person is applying from different country, so I'm just going to upload your passport. Okay, but this one I'll make it single because the passport is just 1 page. So upload your passport and then click on apply. Okay, so now that I have this one's done, I think this one is not needed for me anymore, so I'm just going to click over here and then delete this one. Okay, yes, delete. So I have I have it done, and I think everything is good to go. I'm done with it. Now we can click over here to preview it. Okay, so when we preview, this is how it's going to look like. So as you can see, page 1, page 2, page 3, and then finish. Okay, that's but we want to give it names. Okay, so we come over here, which says pagination over here. We click on it. With the page 1, what are we going to do? The page 1 is register. Okay, so we say registration details. Okay, page 2 is page 2 is just personal details, and then page 3 is course details. Okay, and then page 4, or the final page, which is the finish, is upload files. Okay, so I'm going to say upload files, and then click on apply. So when we preview it again, this is what happens. You can see that is registration page, personal details, course details, and then upload files. Okay, so now that we have this thing done, now our next one is the dynamic thing that we're going to talk about. So we're just going to use this one, the enquiry over here. Okay, so with the enquiry, okay, we want, when somebody choose enquiry, okay, the person should go straight to the person you will not be redirected to the checkout page and all those things, but the person will go straight to where even the upload files, the person will know the person will not see it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on enquiry over here, this one, click on it, and then we're going to go to visibility. Okay, now show, okay, just make sure that the show is blue, this field, if any. Okay, if any, and then we add the rule, and then when you add the rule, this is welcome, username is now click on it, and then don't choose the username but select on it, and then choose the the enquiry, school application or enquiry. Okay, so when you choose it like this, then we select the option. The option is what? Enquiry. Okay, so show the enquiry, show this enquiry field if the this person selected what? This one, which says what? Enquiry. Okay, and then click on what? Done, and click on apply. Now at the moment you see this one, it says what? Show if school application or enquiry is what? It's enquiry. So as you can see it over there. Now we also want to what? Go over here which says upload what? Upload your certificate. Okay, so go over here and then click on visibility over here. Okay, so with the visibility, we are going to what? We are going to click on it, and then also what? Do some few changes that we want to do. Okay, over there. Okay guys, so as we did for the last one, what we're going to do is also we want to what? Also show some field and then add some rules to it. Okay, so we'll say what? Show. Okay, just click on here, do not hide it, do not click over here, just click on show over here, and then this field is show this field if any. Okay, just click this one, and then we add the rule. So click on add rule, and then you say username is now. That is not what we want. We want to change it, and then on the field over here we have to what? Go and then look for the the enquiry. Okay, so is it school application or enquiry? So click on it. The last one we said what? We chose enquiry, but this one we're going to choose what? School application. Okay, so we want to show this field if this one is what? School application. Then click on it, and then click on what? Apply. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing to the government issued ID card, and then the passport also. So we go over there again, we go to visibility, and then we show this field if any. Okay, and then we add the rule, and then the rule we're going to look for what? Click on the username is now, and then select the field, and then choose the what? The school application or what? Enquiry. So and then we select what? School application, and then we click on done, and then we apply. The same thing applies to the passport. We go to visibility over here, we show if any. Okay, click on any over here, just click on it, and then add the rule, and the same rule that we added, we're going to add it to this one. So school application or enquiry, we choose it, and then we go over here, and then we select what? School application, and then we click on it, and then it is done. So these fields all have what? Rules over here. Okay, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So I think we are done, and we are what? Good to go. So now that we've added our rules, and we've added our dynamic things over there, now we can what? Move ahead to what? To the next one. So we are going to what? The next one, which is the appearance, how you want your form to appear. Okay, so now if you preview the form over here right now, this is exactly what we are going to see. So depending on the color or the the color of your website or the brand of your website, you choose the kind of colors that you want. So what we are going to do is, let me close it, we are going to set the colors and all those things, but I'm not going to waste time with the colors and all those things. So I just want to brush you through it so that you know that this is the place that you have to choose your colors and all those things. And then this one is how the form is going to be designed. Okay, so this is the default one, this is also flat, this is bold, this is the material one. So if you want it to be like this, you can choose, and this is none. Okay, but I'm going to use the default one, and then here is colors over here. So you can choose a custom colors for each of the field that you want. I'm not going to waste time over there. I'll use the default colors, and then the font over here too, you can choose custom fonts for each of the field that you want, that you've chosen already. I'm not going to choose any font. I'm going to use the theme font or the default theme font. And then the form container, if you want padding and all those things, you can enable them. Okay, I'm not going to waste time over there. Now the next one I'm going to go next is the registration field. Okay, so this is the default registration field. Okay, so this is it. You username, email, first name, last name, and then if you want a website field, but I just chose username, email address. I'm not going to choose first name, I'm not going to choose last name, I'm not going to choose website, and then password is also compulsory. So these are the things over there. And then the user role, if anybody register on it, what user role do you want to assign to the person? So if you want to choose any of the user role depending on what kind of plugin or other things that you've installed on it, so I'm going to just choose subscriber for it. And then if you want to assign role conditionally, you can also add some rules over here, and then you assign the rule, but I'm going to use fixed role to all. Okay, and then the next one is the custom metadata. I'm going to leave it to none. User account activation. So activation method, if you want the user account to be activated by email or manual approval, you can choose between it. I'm going to choose the default one. And then activation email, I'm going to choose the default one, which means that you'll be sent an email to activate your account, or to tell you that your account is activated. And then also automatic login, newly activated user. If you want it that way, you can enable it over here. And then hide the form if a user is already logged in. So if a user is already logged in, what message do you want the person to the user to see? Okay, so you can type in your messages over here. And then I'm going to go to behavior. Okay, so this is the behavior. Okay, so the behavior, there will be an inline message. Okay, so if after submission, choose what happens. So after the person submitted, have submitted the form, what really happens? Okay, that is the behavior. So you can choose what you want. Okay, so account registration successful. Click here to log in. Whatever that you want to tell them. Okay, you can tell them over here. Okay, but if you want to redirect to a different URL, okay, you can also choose it, and that is what we want to do. So behavior conditions. So we're going to go to conditions over here, and then we are going to add some behavior to it. Okay, so after the person have successfully filled in the form or whatever it is, what do you want it to do? So this one says this behavior says an inline message. Okay, so with the inline message, process behavior if any. Okay, and then we add the condition to it. So if any of the field is let's choose the school application, and then let's choose inquiry. Okay, so if any of the the field is inquiry, we want it to be to have an inline message. Okay, so we're gonna click down over here, and then we're gonna click apply. Then we are going to also add another behavior. Okay, so we're gonna add another behavior, and then the behavior will be redirect user to URL. Okay, so we will have to redirect the user to a URL, or a page that we want. Okay, so we want to redirect the the user to a URL. Okay, so it's gonna be, you can type in the URL over here. So let's say let me copy. I'm gonna copy the link, and then I'll bring it over here. Okay, so I'm going to go to all pages over here, all pages, So I want to redirect the user to what pay admission fees over here. So I'm going to copy the link over here, and I'll come over here and I'll paste it over here. Okay, so this is where I want to I want to redirect the user to, and then I'll come to conditions over here. Okay, and I'll say process behavior if any. Okay, so if any of the field is I'm going to go to this one which says school application, and then check the school application. So if any of the field is school application, then this behavior is going to be applied to. Okay, so process behavior if any of the field is school application. So I'm going to apply to it. Okay, so these are the two behaviors that I want, and then you can decide to choose how you want it to behave, either page load or adjust. So whatever it is, you can do it. So after everything, check through the settings over there, and then that is all what I want to do. And then I go to email notifications over here. So you can add your email that you want, the email address that you want to receive email from. So the admin email and then the user email. Okay, it is automatically added over here. So if you want to change the admin email to a different email account, you can do that. And then for integrations, of course right now we don't have any integrations in it, but if you want to add your PayPal or other things, you can go to the integrations over here on your left side, below the or under the Forminator settings over here. You can see integrations over here. Okay, and then let's go to the settings over here. So how do you want to store submissions? So we store it in a database, and all these things we want to leave it as default. Okay, so after everything is done, we're going to publish it. We are going to publish it. Okay, so something went wrong. What really went wrong?